what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to do a live hacking session. A few months ago I signed up to Hack the Box, which is basically a website that had a lot of pen testing labs on it. I actually signed up for a membership. It's like £10, €10 a month. Gives you access to more machines. Now I think these machines I'm going to be doing are going to be retired machines, because other people have done these machines and done video, I guess, walkthroughs or write-ups or whatever you want to call them. So the machine that I'm going to do tonight is actually called Legacy. The reason why it's called Legacy is because it's actually a Windows XP machine. So the first step I did was what we would call recon. So my recon is just doing an nmap on this machine. So this nmap, it basically runs all the nmap scripts. It has a kind of like a time limit of 4, and then -p, dash means to scan all ports. So I already ran this before I started the stream, because when you're going through all the ports, it can take a while. So we can see the port 445 is open, which is telling me that this machine has SMB, and I know that's a Windows XP machine, and I already did these machines a while back ago. So I know that this machine is vulnerable to the MS08067_net API exploit. So the next thing I want to do is, where are we? Yeah, I'm going to launch Metasploit. Metasploit comes pre-installed on most of the pen testing distros of Linux, like Kali Linux, which is what I'm using, or Parrot OS, or Black Arch, or Black Ubuntu, whatever one you want to use. I'm using Kali, but you can also actually install it on a normal distro. But anyway, so I've got the Metasploit open, and Metasploit uses modules. So to use one of those modules, we just type in the word use and then the actual location of that module, which I already know is in Windows SMB, and then the name of the exploit. So click on use. Okay, and then all we have to do is type in show options, and that will show you all the options that are actually available in this module. So the only one that we have to provide is the rhost. So we just type in set rhost s and then just 10.10.10.4. As far as I'm aware, if you know the network adapter name, so like ETH0 or W10, you can use that also. But I'm just using the IP address. That made no sense whatsoever. Okay, I think that's for when you're setting your lhosts, and yeah, that's what it is. It's not rhosts, it's lhosts. If you have to use lhosts, then you can use the network adapter name ETH0, WLAN 0, or whatever it is. For a host, you have to use your IP address. Okay, so I'm jumping ahead myself there. So we're going to set the R host to 10.10.10.4, which is the IP address of the what we call the victim. And then we just do a show options again. So at this stage you can just type in run, or if you want to be really cool, you type in exploit and hit enter. And this exploit actually, the payload is a Metinterpreter shell. So a Metinterpreter shell is basically like a command shell on steroids. If I just do a quick help, you'll be able to see some of the options that you have, like start a video chat, list all the webcams, take a picture, start streaming the webcam, play an audio file. So usually what I do is once I get a shell, I want to find out what type of privileges I have. So I use the get UID command, and that should tell me what my user ID is, and I can see here that it's NT authority, which is the equivalent to root. So another command I like to use is shell, which will drop me into a command shell. So there we go. And then I can just move around the machine like you normally would if you're sitting at it. These hack the boxes, they have flags in them. I'm not going to show you where the flag is. You're going to have to go find that yourself. It's not that too difficult. I'm just showing you how you get in. But yeah, that's how you can break into a Windows XP machine. So if you have an old Windows XP machine lying around, you could try this on it. You could also go on Shodan and search for Windows XP machines. There are still a few out there, but I think most of them are located in China, so I'd be very careful. I'm not saying go and do it, I'm just saying that if you want to have a look, you can go ahead and have a look, but I'm not saying you should go and do any of this stuff on other people's machines. You should really only do it on your own machine. So if you have a old XP machine, or if you can get a copy of Windows XP and install it as a virtual machine, I'd say go ahead and try this out. Yeah, so the next machine I'm going to do is actually a Windows 7 machine, and I'm going to show you how to, the vulnerability I'm going to use is going to be the Eternal Blue vulnerability. Quick background is that a few years ago, the NSA, a crowd called Shadow Brokers, they broke into the NSA and they downloaded a number of tools that the NSA used, and Eternal Blue was actually one of them. And as far as I'm aware, a few months later it was weaponized, and I think it was the backbone of the WannaCry virus. I think WannaCry used the Eternal Blue exploit to actually get into the machine. I think that's what happened. I'm not 100% sure, but it was it's if you have a Windows 7 machine, it is a very common exploit to use, especially if nobody's actually updated it, because that happens. People will have machines and they will not update them, especially in a corporate situation where maybe there's a piece of software that will only run on that one machine, and that one machine, if you update it, it could break that piece of software. So they usually don't update those machines. But like I said, it's going to be a Windows 7 machine, and I will show you how to get into that machine. So yeah, and then I'll show you the machine after that. I'm planning to do is going to be maybe a Linux machine. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to see. But anyway, so I hope you hope you enjoyed this quick little stream, and I will see you